Maybe you're an avid bookstagrammer, but you're not getting any advanced reading copies, or maybe you don't even know what Bookstagram is, but you read all the time and you just want some free books. Then I have some tips for you from a publishing point of view. My number one first tip would be to set up a Bookstagram account. What is a Bookstagram account? It's self-explanatory. It's a book Instagram. It's an Instagram account dedicated to all things books. It's book reviews, book pictures, book stacks, book reading vlogs, anything like that. It's a niche place for people to share their interest in books and essentially what publishers are going to look at to decide whether or not they should give you some free books. So my tip for setting up a Bookstagram account, obviously do it first of all, set the account up, choose a suitable name and have your name in the bio. I'm really trying to get it into people's heads that you need to have your country or your city or your flag in your bio as well. This is super important from a publisher's point of view. For example, if we're just sending out a mailing to UK and Ireland bookstagrammers only, this is going to be super important. If we see your page and you've got X amount of followers, you've got really, really nice photos, really great engagement, but we find out that you're in Canada, we're not going to send you that book. Essentially, you're wasting the publisher's time, but you're wasting your own time as well. Please just put a flag in your bio. It takes one character out of your bio, just so that we know when we're looking. Even better if it is an international mailing, we want to know where you live so that we can factor that into our budget. Once you've set up your account, follow other bookstagrammers. Follow the ones that have got thousands of followers, follow the ones that are just starting up and in a similar position to you. Engage with them. I think that is such an important thing, and that I've learned as a fairly new bookstagrammer myself as well. Engage with other people, like their posts, but comment on their posts, read their posts, click the see more bit as well. Really engage with them. Use stories as well, put up polls, see like do you like romance books, yes or no, get people to actually interact with you, put comment boxes on there, but like what are your book recommendations from this month, and get people to actually engage with your content and vice versa. As well as other bookstagrammers, I really think it's important to follow publishers as well. You can find out firsthand what they're publishing that month, if they've got any deals going on, if they've got any giveaways, if they've got any proofs going away. Follow other publishers. When you decide to take the step and post a picture, make sure that picture is fairly high quality. It's absolutely fine, in my opinion, to start with a low quality. Just take a photo on your iPhone, that usually just does the job. But my tips would be to use some props like plants, blankets, candles, anything like that. If it's Christmas time, use some tinsel, use some crackers, use some baubles, use a Christmas tree. If it's Halloween, use some leaves, some fake pumpkins, anything like that. If you can't afford props, just make sure you're taking it in the daylight so there's nice natural light and minimal editing to do. You don't have to spend a fortune on editing software either. Use the settings built into your smartphone or use a free app such as Adobe Lightroom. Then once you've posted, think about the caption that you're using. Use emojis but not too many, and use hashtags. The way that I do it is I do a first comment on my own post with a tag emoji and replying to that comment so that it's then hidden for other viewers. Put all your hashtags on there so people know that that comment, if they really want to expand it and look what hashtags you're using, you can do that, but it's not going to bulk up the majority of your post. Use hashtags like bookstagrammer, book reading, bookstagram. Maybe if you want to make it specific as well, put like YA fantasy, YA books, YA book lover. I also think it's great to put things like UK bookstagrammer, because if you don't have your flag or your country in your bio that I mentioned, publishers like myself can go onto the hashtag UK bookstagrammer and find you that way. Staying up to date and relevant, I think, is also important when you're in the Bookstagram community. If it's Christmas, tell us what books you got for Christmas. Tell us if you're planning to read any over the holidays. If it's Easter, have you got any Easter books recommendations? If it's summer, what are you doing? Take a photo of you lounging around sunbathing with the book. Make it relevant, make it up to date, and engage with other people. And finally, with Bookstagram, always say yes to blog tours. If you don't know what blog tours are, they are a virtual way for publishers to send book lovers a copy of a book that's coming out soon. The Bookstagrammer would then have a day each to post about their review of the book. My second tip for you to get free books is to simply ask. You don't ask, you don't get. Email the publishers. If you're interested in a particular book, find out who the publisher is and then find out a contact email. When you email them, include everything. The more the merrier with the information when you email them. Include your full name, include your postal address. They know exactly where to send it to. They don't have to go back and ask you for your postal address and wait for that. They can send it out straight away. Send them the links to all of your Bookstagram, your Twitter, your YouTube, anything like that. It also helps to have a follower count on there. Say, I've got 10,000 followers. It also helps to have engagement on there. Show yourself off a bit and say, I only have 1,000 followers, but actually I get 800 likes on everything. You could also have like your preferred genres and stuff as well, and say, while I'm here, can you add me to your blogger list as well? Include everything you can, and that is so useful for us at the publishing house. If you haven't done this before, you can kind of use this as a test. See how you get on first of all. If you don't get a response, don't worry, try again. See how you're formatting your email. There are different ways that you can do it. Some publishers will be pickier than others, but my main advice would be to email them and then include as much as possible. My third tip to get free books is, once you've got a Bookstagram set up, you've emailed the publishers, they've now sent you a book, is to keep and maintain that good relationship with the publishing house. You want to be on the good side, so eventually they're going to send you multiple books in the future. The easiest way to do this is simply send them a link to where you've posted about the book. Email them with the exact URL and say, this is where I posted the review of the book that you sent me. It can be from Instagram, Twitter, an Instagram story, a YouTube link, whatever it is. Send them the link in an email and just say, thought I'd just let you know, here is where the link to where I post it. It kind of proves to us as publishers that it's worth us sending you the book because you're definitely going to post about it. And essentially that's what we want as publishers. We want the book in readers' hands, and we want the exposure online. I also recommend you tag people in your post once you've received a book and taken a lovely photo of it and then post a review online. Tag the publishers. They can then use this. They might use this for user generated content, which is where we say, hey, we absolutely love your picture. Can we post this on our main page that has obviously say 50,000 followers? You might get some followers from that if they tag you with credit. Tag them so that they can see that you've posted about their book. Tag the author as well, especially if it's a good review. Tag the person that has sent you the book, the publicist, the marketer. I think maintaining that relationship with the publicist, the marketer, the publishing house themselves is really important because you're basically then on their good side, and then once you've done it once or twice, they're more likely to send you books in the future because they know that you're trustworthy. My fourth tip to get free books is to use NetGalley. NetGalley is a site where publishers upload a PDF or an ebook of one of their upcoming publications for readers to request. This can be librarians, booksellers, book reviewers, book bloggers, whatever it is. As long as you have an account, you can request a book. Use this very wisely though. Don't request every and anything that you can see on NetGalley because this will actually go against you. The whole point of NetGalley is for you to request something in advance of its publication date in return for an honest review. If you request loads of books, publishers accept your request, and then you don't leave a review, this goes against you. You have percentages against your account. For example, if you have 100%, this means you've reviewed 100% of the books that you've been accepted for. If you have a lower percentage, like 0 or 20%, this looks very bad on you because it looks as if you're requesting books and just reading them for free without leaving a review, which is what the publishers want. So I definitely say use NetGalley, but use it wisely in terms of only request the things that you are genuinely interested in and that you're going to leave a review for. Even if it's a very short review, leave something. There are exceptions to this, like if you're new to NetGalley or if you've only requested a couple of books, and it's obviously going to matter in terms of percentage, but use it wisely. Similarly to my other point about publishers as well, make sure you're following them so you know about updates on NetGalley. Publishers often post, this is now available to request on NetGalley. If you're following them and turning your notifications on for when they post about NetGalley updates, you can then go to NetGalley and request it from there. With your NetGalley as well, whether you've got a site now and it just needs updating or whether you're new to signing up to an account, again, include everything on there. Include your full name, include your email address so publishers can contact you directly and say, hey, we saw you read this on NetGalley, do you want the sequel? Do you want another book of ours? You can also select your preferred genres on there, and this is really helpful for us. We don't want to send you a book that you're going to have no interest in. And then link to your Instagram, blog, Twitter, Facebook, etc. as well. My fifth and final tip to get some free books or ARCs or ARCs, whatever you want to call them, from publishers is, I'm afraid, a very boring one. It's the admin side of it. I recommend setting up a link tree or similar. This is one link, one URL that people can click on, and it has a list of other links. So my link tree is linktree, whatever it is, / Eleanor Marie Rose, and it's got my Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Twitter, my email address, my YouTube. You can just set up a free version, which I think it allows you about 5 links, but you can also pay for a more premium version and you get loads of links on there. So it might be click here to read my latest blog post, whatever it is. I recommend you setting up a link tree because publishers can use that as a form of communication. If they need to get your email and your blog and your Twitter, they don't want you spending hours searching through your online profile to find one of them. Have it all in one place, make it easier for you, make it easier for publishers. Number 2, make a spreadsheet. I am a lover of a spreadsheet, and so yes, I have a spreadsheet of all the books that I've been gifted from different publishers. I include who sent it to me, what their work email address is, what their Twitter account is, what the publisher's Twitter account is, what the publication is, what imprint it's under, what the name of the book is, what the publication date is, whether I've received it, whether I've read it, and then I list all of the links where I've posted about it on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube or other. I find this so helpful and I wouldn't be able to manage without it. I think it's really important as well to note down the pub date because this is when publishers want you to build the buzz. They often send you a book ahead of publication so that you can read it in time for publication, which is then when they want you to shout about it because it's out in the world for other people to buy it, and that's when they want the kind of like the buzz building. So similar to the spreadsheet is just know your publication dates for the books that you've been given. My next tip in terms of the admin side of things is be consistent. You can use a scheduler for this if necessary, but if you're, for example, setting up a Bookstagram, be consistent. Don't post once every few months and then in 1 week post 7 times. Be consistent, post every day, post twice a week, whatever is going to be helpful for you. I started recently using a program called later.com. There is a limit on it because I'm using the free version at the moment, but it allows you to draft the caption, draft the post, and it will set a reminder to your phone if you download an app, and it will say time to post on Instagram. This obviously has pros and cons. For example, if you're not on your phone at the time, you get that reminder, whatever. But if that's going to help you set an alarm, whatever it is, just be consistent and that will work in your favour. My next tip is to have your DMs open, whether you're a private account or a business account, or whether you have your DMs shut on Twitter, whatever account it is, have your DMs open. Publishers might want to contact you and say, hey, we love your profile, can we send you a book of this? We think you might be interested based on your profile. If your DMs are shut, you are shutting away those opportunities to get free books. Have your DMs open, make your Bookstagram a public account where publishers can check your page out, have it as open as possible so they can contact you. And my final tip on the admin side of things is to sign up to publishers' newsletters. Loads of publishers have different newsletters where you can find out about the latest deals, what's coming up, get involved with some giveaways, but they often have newsletters where they say, hey, we want the first 10 people to reply to this email, you'll get a copy of this book. Getting involved with their newsletter like that will guarantee you some free books. Equally, signing up and getting involved with all the giveaways as well. You could win a competition. Giveaways happen all the time across social media as well as newsletters. Various publishers also have like a blogger newsletter sign up thing as well. We have one at Bonnier Books UK that I set up, which is basically a place where you can put in all your information and then you're added to our list, and we'll consider you for future mail outs as well. So sign up to as many newsletters as you can. If you can't find them, it will usually be on their website or their social media as well. But I think doing this admin kind of thing, staying on top of it with your spreadsheet, etc., can really help you when it comes to getting these free books. I really hope this helped you. Let me know if there's any other tips that you think are absolutely useful for your peers to know about. Let me know if you're going to set up a Bookstagram on the back of this, and make sure you follow me. I'm Eleanor M Rose with 2 E's. I'll link it in the description down below as well. I hope you have a lovely day and happy reading.